What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to the first episode in our coverage of The Flame in the Flood. My name is Splattercat, and I'm happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and check out a survival game that landed in my inbox. The developer sent it on over, and if you've never heard about the game, it's kind of a weird title in that it works in a direction on the survival genre that I haven't seen before. It takes place in kind of like this water world environment, except it's like a big river, and so you've got to like forge your way down the river, or at least raft your way down the rapids while trying to survive and keep from dehydrating and dying. And so anyways, the game is interesting. I've played it a little bit, so there are still some surprises left. I played it enough to kind of get the controls down and figure out the way that the game functions, but I left a little bit of mystery so that we could work our way around it. Without further ado, I'd like to start the game out because one thing that I found as a YouTuber is the longer you drone on at the title screen, the less tolerance people have for your shenanigans. And so let's start off the new game. If you wanted to check this out, it's actually in pre-development right now. This is kind of like a tech demo that they just sent out as a proof of concept. This is not representative of the final product. It's not even representative of like the alpha. So anyways, unless you're with like the press or anything else, it's going to be hard to get your hands on this one for right now. But I wanted to play it because it's been a while since our last survival game, easily like a month. And so when survival games come down the pipe, this is a survival channel, I try to play them. So new game, let's go, doggy. Drag that pack, will ya? I don't know if that's his owner. If that's his owner, he's pretty loyal. I mean, honestly, somebody dies, I give him like 45 minutes. I'll be like, listen, he gone, we gotta go. Let's get up out of here. I'm gonna wait till he's a skeleton. It's a little melodramatic. I don't think a dog's ever brought me a backpack before. Looks like our dog has glasses on. He's got like figures. We're in a survival situation. We get the Mr. Magoo of dogs. Like, great. I got myself a nearsighted dog that I don't even recognize. Fantastic. And let me guess, you got fleas, don't you? Which means now I've got fleas. Hooray. So welcome to the game. This is actually going to be the fire and the flame and the flood. You can actually walk around using WASD like you do in every other video game. Two control schemes to choose from. That is the former. The latter is going to be just clicking around Diablo style. I would recommend heavily that you use WASD, especially when you're on the raft, because the raft it's special. The raft is very special. You're going to right-click to pick things up, get yourself a sapling over on this side, and then let's check out this sign, because I wonder what the storyline is. I haven't been able to eke out much from the game yet. A fine home for a spell, but it's time to move on and see where this dog came from. Maybe there's someone else out there. Now, I will point out that if you're not familiar with the channel, I do dabble in survivalism. I'm a geologist, and I've spent a lot of like random time out in the middle of nowhere. And so you pick up little things here and there. Setting out from your like central location is a terrible idea unless you have no supplies left and you have to. Typically, you want to stay in one location. It's your best chance of getting rescued, but in this game, I don't think there's much of a chance of us getting rescued. Even the leaves are leaving right now. Yep, there's the pun of the day for you. A fine home for a spell. Apparently, we practice witchcraft. If you press the space bar, you'd be like, hooba dooba 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 dooba. And that's how you do your random voodoo to get rid of wolves or something like that. Got cattails over here, edible on the bottom, flammable on the top. Always a useful item to have around, just in case you need to make cordage or anything else. The game says you can make cords out of cattails. I don't know about that one. You can do it with yucca and some other things, but I don't know about making cordage out of cattails. We've got jerky, splint, and night crawlers inside that first container. Very, very nice. Boxing in that loot. Over on this side, it looks like we got ourselves a water barrel. The doggy came with a blanket. He's got his own personal blanket. Now, if I take that blanket and I use it when I go to bed, does that make me a bad person? Does he get to keep his own blanket? He's also got a stick on his back. I'm going to assume that that's his favorite chasing stick. Cleaned this place out long ago. There's nothing left but dust. Well, you didn't clean it very well then, did you? A job half done is a job not done, as my old man used to say. Clean a little bit better next time, and maybe there won't even be dust left. Got cattails on this side. Let me go ahead and take those. If you click on this medallion right here, it's going to take you to your journal where you'll have your goals. You'll have your random afflictions. You can research how to affect those. So once you are afflicted with something and you fix it for the first time, it'll tell you how to fix it from then on. We have our crafting menu, which actually for a pre-alpha, there's a lot of stuff in here. There's quite a few things that you can make. So I think this is going to be not an extended playthrough, but I think we should be able to get like 9 or 10 episodes out of it maybe. We got our pack, which was empty up until we added all those extra things to it. Still, there's a whole lot of air in our inventory. Our raft has storage. Aesop is our dog. That's going to be his name, the purveyor of fables. If you enjoy those sorts of things, we've got our outfitting menu, or the menu where you have your equipment. Cotton pants, light boots, and a light jacket are what we start out with. In general, if you're trying to survive out in nature, cotton is a terrible idea because when it gets wet, it doesn't hold in heat at all. It takes forever to dry. It's a thin fabric, so it's easy for burrs and random, needles and random thorns to get through it. It's just not a good fabric for survivalism. Most people, you want to use synthetics or you want to use wool if you're going to be in a survival situation. This is our raft. It's made out of a car, which magically the electrical system still seems to work, and then a whole bunch of barrels that we've just lassoed together with some antlers on the front for style. So let's get onto the river. This part of the game is a little bit sketchy. So you control the raft with WASD or with the mouse, just like you do with anything else, and if you press the space bar, it allows you to fire off in one direction by pushing off the bottom. Still, when you're watching this, be aware that if I run into stuff, the raft does not control very well most of the time. It is not as sprightly as you might hope, and so if you have to make like tight turns or anything like that, good luck. You want to stick to basically the biggest channels that you can, otherwise your ass is more than likely grass, and by grass I mean you're going to be floating on the bottom of the river. It's going to, can you float it? I don't think that counts as floating, that's sinking. Never mind, wrong terminology, ho. I'm going to try and get to the left right now so we can get around this rock over here. If you crash into stuff, it damages your raft on this little meter right here, and it gives you a bunch of status effects, and it hurts your health. It's totally lame. Like, you don't want to get wounded. In these rapids, you can hold backwards with the S key to slow down if you feel like the game is going too quickly for you. I would recommend that you do that quite often. Don't try to shoot tight gaps while going fast. It's not going to work out for you. Bad things are going to happen. You're going to cry yourself to sleep, and that's going to be that. I would say 100% of my deaths are on the river in this game. I've never died anywhere but on the river. And so because the steering is a little bit stiff right now, if you see me crash into stuff, just be aware. There's a reason. And so I don't mean like those little toffee candies that your grandparents keep in that bowl on the table at their house. Let's go off to the left-hand side. Free tractor, huh? Anybody want a free tractor? Free tractor? No, nobody wants a free tractor. Ooh, I almost hit that rock right there. I almost zipped on by it. Alright, so what you want to watch out for on the river is there'll be little shopping carts around sometimes, and if you can get close enough, you can actually snipe goods off of them. But this game kind of has like a tubing thing. You guys ever played tubing? I don't know, when I was a kid, tubing was like the most popular thing at the arcade. Like, tubing was the shit. If you had a quarter, you got to play tubing, and it was all on. This part of the game is sort of like tubing, in that you just kind of like, you want to avoid as many obstacles as possible while trying to find your way to the next landfall as safely as possible. I think that's a shopping cart right there. I'm going to try and snipe it on the way by. Be careful, though. It's very... Oh, we got some corn! Yay! We got some maize. I think I'm going to go after this one right here, even though going off to the right seems like a smarter choice. Ooh, this one has a school bus. Hop on the tragic school bus. Alright, so let's jump up onto the dock and we'll see what we can find here. Using our tire as an anchor. That's pretty cool. I like how improvised that all is. You could tell like somebody sat down like a concept artist and they're like, alright, well we need an anchor, we need this kind of stuff, and they just started like finding random objects that you could craft those out of. We've got a water barrel over on this side. Let's go ahead and grab the water out of there. The water is definitely suspicious. You can get yourself intestinal parasites, giardia, cholera, all kinds of bad things from unclean water. There's 2 rules with regards to water inside that chest. Oh, cotton pants. We already have those, don't we? Can I shred those or do anything useful with them? Yes, we already have cotton pantalones. So let us... Wait, did I not pick up the cotton pantalones? Oh. Can I not pick up those because I already have them? Oh, there they are. Cold protection +2. Can I destroy them? Or did they just, like, eat up space? It looks like they just eat up space. Nom 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 nom. So 2 rules for water when you're in a survival situation. 1... If people are looking for you, if search and rescue is going to be out, like, people know that you're gone. Ooh, a knit hat. That's pretty good. Give me that knit hat. Put that on my head. Yeah, that's where it goes. Equip it right now. I should put those pants on my dog just to help him keep warm. And also for comedic value, but I don't think he's going to like it much. He'll never see us coming, though, with those huge Coke bottle frames. Can I search this car over here? No. I can't search that car. The art style sort of reminds me of The Long Dark in a way. Just the way that they kind of used, like, primitive textures and things like that. I like it. Let's go ahead and search the car real quick. Usually these don't have anything inside of them, but sometimes you get lucky. So first rule for water. If somebody's looking for you, go ahead and drink bad water, because within 72 hours you'll probably be at a hospital anyways. They'll pump you full of antibiotics and life will be good. The B side of this is if you don't know if people are going to be coming for you, like nobody knows where you're at and you're out in the middle of like nowhere, may want to boil the water once or twice just to make sure you don't get sick, because getting yourself a good old case of the squits when you're out in the middle of nowhere, shitting yourself inside out, you're going to have a problem on hand and on ass. So watch out for that. There is no greater way to dehydrate yourself than by getting yourself a good old case of the diarrheas. Slide into first and you feel a big burst, to quote the old children's song. I can search this car right here. Give me your treasures, car. I demand that you bring them forth. Let me search your compartment up to the elbow. I assure you, it will be quite pleasant. Oh, another knit hat, just in case we needed one. That's good. We got some more water on this side. This is actually like a really, really good spot to hang out. Some dandelions. Everybody likes it. I mean, I don't know. I was going to go for... Never mind. We're not going to do that. I quit. I was going to say, everybody likes a lion with a monocle and a fancy hat because, you know, dandelions. Also, he's wearing knickers. Anyways, let's search the car and see if we can find anything good in here. Alcohol! All right. So if everything else goes wrong, we can drink our problems away. It sounds like we got a thunderstorm coming in. Being wet is like a major problem in this game. Like, you really, really, really don't want to be wet. So try to avoid that. I think I'm just going to throw that stuff away. I don't really think that I need any, like, bonus hats or bonus pants or anything like that. If I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will correct me later. But in my crafting menu, it doesn't really look like anything unlocked. Maybe I had to keep it in my inventory. I don't know. Can I pick that stuff back up? Oh, I can. Good. Will you stop? Every now and again, the game gets stuck, like, focusing on random stuff. And so when you click on things with the mouse, let's take all that real fast. We don't want to be out in water. You see a little status effect right there? It means that our clothing is no longer blocking off the cold. You can fix this in a couple of ways. The easiest accessible is just to go to shelter. You can't actually start a fire once the rain has started falling. You can do one before, and then hang out next to it if you want to, but probably want to head for shelter, especially considering we have shelter here. So the rain is a major threat. It's very easy to freeze to death if you're not careful. Yeah, we can't do anything with this extra clothing, so I'm probably going to dispose of it. Let's go ahead and discard it. The meters you want to watch out for are going to be at the bottom of the screen. Watch out for thirst, hunger, body temperature, and fatigue. Everything is very, very intuitive here. If it's full, you're happy. If it's empty, you are more than likely on your way to a skeletal future. I guess I'll consume some corn for right now. I will more than likely also eat myself... Yeah, night crawlers sound okay. Big old nasty slurpy treat. Just imagine that it's a gummy worm. I mean, it's gummy, and it's a literal worm, so you've got all the proper linguistic components for it to work. Let's jump up in here, and we're going to outsleep this. That's usually what I try and do. I'm going to say 4 hours does sound pretty good. We don't want to sleep too long, because in a survival situation, time that you're wasting is time that your body is burning calories that you're never going to be able to make use of. And so, in general... the hell is that? That's the weirdest looking bunny on Earth, but no, now it kind of looks like a rabbit. A creepy rabbit, but a rabbit nonetheless. I'm going to try and keep an eye out for... we might want to sleep a little bit longer. I'm going to start a fire, too. I think... do we have kindling? Oh, we do. No, we don't. Okay, so let me make some kindling real fast. That's one of the things that cattails are very, very useful for in this game. We'll make... since we got 13 cattails, I'll probably make a couple of tinders in here so that we have them for the future. And then the other thing I'll probably do is make a braided cord out of one of them. Maybe even 2 or 3 braided cords just to clear out the inventory a little ways. Now, this is not going to update as you craft things, so just keep a mental tab in your head for right now. It's a very primitive version of the game where the numbers don't adjust as you craft things. So just keep count in your head, and they don't actually adjust when you like close and open the menu either. It's just kind of, you got to be aware of what you have and what you don't have. I'm going to put those on Aesop. I wish that it would put the whole stack on Aesop, but it doesn't like to do that. So we got some space all nice and freed up, and what we need to do now is we need to use this fire, because that's just the sort of human being that I am. I use things, abuse things, and then leave them on behind. The most of which is fire. I love that fire effect that they used right there. I'm joking. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. You have to believe me. Nope, it's too late. You said that you use people. You're a bad person from here on out. Let's clean our water, because our thirst is looking a little bit high. Or a little bit low, depending on the way that you wanted to express that particular metric. Grab ourselves some clean water right there. And with 3 of those all nice and locked in, we're going to go ahead and consume a little bit right there. That's going to take us back up to 80 or 79, I guess. It just wanted to prove me wrong. I was like, ha ha, I went down by 1. Your count is off. That's what you get. That's what you get. I'm going to laugh at you forever. I'd say we should sleep another hour or so until the sun comes up, because it's kind of cold. Let's give it 2 hours more rest. 6 hours is good enough for me. I can make it on 4, too. But, you know, 6 hours works. I've got animals, and they keep me awake a lot of the time. My cats are just like, ugh. Sometimes they make me very, very upset. They do that thing where they, like, stand on your head, and they're like, meow, meow. It's 5 a.m. and I'm hungry, meow. And they just, like, bother you. And you're like, yeah, and you, like, push them off the bed. And then they wait, like, 5 minutes, and they jump back up, and it's just, the whole thing is a cycle. It goes over and over again. So for right now, I'm going to say that going to the left hand is probably a bad idea. It's going to take us some muscle, though, to get ourselves out of the shallows here. So let's make the best we can out of the situation. I'm going to cut off to the right, even though it looks like it is a bearer of rapidity. That is to say that it looks like there's going to be nasty rapids over and off this side. We are rested, though, and so we're in a good position right now to go out and explore. You do sort of want to speedrun this game because time is of the essence. Like, you want to work during the day as much as possible, and then when night comes along, you kind of just want to bed down. You want to make sure that you found a location. Fine, I'll take some cattails. It's weird that my dog has such, like, oh, no. I don't accept this at all. You get up out of here, Wolfie. You get up out of here. It's time to vacate. It's time to vacate. Nope, I don't play with wolves. The wolf is a great way to end your life, and there's no way to deal with him. All you can do is you can press the spacebar and scare him off and hope that it buys you enough time to get away. Why is it so dead set on me going the other direction? There we go. Let's do that. We can do this. I believe. Let's get ourselves a little bit of velocity in the forward direction, although I guess on screen it's kind of in the rightward direction. Still, let's slow this. Yeah, let's slow this barge on down. I don't want to have any accidents right here. Let's pray to the spirit of Huckleberry Finn that we don't run into anything, too. Because, frankly, it's probably going to be happening. I forgot to conjugate properly. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Sometimes you conjugate, sometimes you don't. I prefer that my verbiage be conjugal, though. Hey, now. Getting a little bit risque for a children's show. This is not a children's show. This is a channel for everybody. Everybody. I'm going to grab that shopping cart on the way by. We got some mulberries, just in case you're into that sort of thing. Here we go around the mulberry bush, Oh my god, this is really sort of precarious, isn't it? Why can't we stop off at any of these houses? And why does everybody live up on stilts already like they knew this was going to happen? Like, if you knew this was going to happen, why would you build here anyways? Looks like the cut of the river goes up pretty high, so this had to be something that was at least kind of predictable. Unless the world's been like this for longer than ooh, there's a church over there. We should probably go to the Jesus house pretty soon. Let's jump off on this side and see if Kingsville Glen has anything for us. Into the Kingsville. Let's see, what do we have over here? Hopefully no wolves. Okay, some rabbits. Being rather cavalier about their afternoon, so I'm hoping that's an indicator that we're not going to run into any nasty wolfy type things. I'm running low on voodoo right now. Let's search the car real quick as quickly as I can. We got a jar, so that's pretty good. Got ourselves some more cattails on this side. Go ahead and grab those for sustenance's purposes. Got some more suspicious water and another sapling. I think that if we make ourselves a little bit more cordage, we might be able to make this work better. Time does run when you're in your inventory, so be aware that you need to hustle at all times while you're in here. I'm probably just going to eat those real quick, but it takes some time to get it done. We could also use some more water while we're here. That's clean water, so let's go ahead and drink that to keep ourselves locked in. And then because we have so many cattails, I'm probably just going to eat like 3 or 4 of these in one sitting to make up for the fact that I don't have a lot of real high-density foods at the moment to keep our caloric intake up. You're going to feel terrible, by the way. In a survival situation, I'm just letting you know, you're going to feel awful. I used to go on fruit diets and things like that to just sort of like drop weight when I was trying to get thin and get all cut. And when you're on like a low-calorie diet, surviving on like 700 calories a day, and on top of that, you're doing full like cardiovascular activity every single day, you are going to feel awful. I'm just letting you know you are not going to feel good. So in a survival situation, be ready for that. It is not going to be funsies, but it's all about your mental preparation and your ability to look at the situation, accept with yourself that you're not going to die. You're not going to be that guy. You're going to hustle as hard as you can. You're going to try and make it out the other end. It's all about positivity. That's where you want to keep your mind at. After searching this car right here, looks like we got some old lumber. Nobody loves old lumber like I love old wood, so there it is. Having found ourselves some lovely old wood. Aloe is for burns and bites. I'm going to keep all my medical supplies on Aesop if I can help it. I'm going to keep all my building supplies on the raft. We got Devil's Trumpet. Do not eat, a good plant to use if you're trying to kill what eats it. Oh, we might be able to actually poison some meat or something and leave that for a wolf possibly. Take him out so that we can access the location that he's guarding. Not a bad plan. We've got braided cord. I don't know how much we need, though, in order to get this done. Let's make another one and just kind of like see where the... we can make a box trap and we can make a snare. The difference between the two, so a snare is one of those things where the snare is a low sophistication, high number trap. You never want to deploy like one snare. You want to find a rabbit trail and you want to deploy like 30 of these bastards, and that's how you increase your chances of catching a rabbit. A box trap, on the other hand, I mean, as with any snare or trap, you want to put down a lot of them. If you actually wanted to, we need a stone knife to get that done, unfortunately, and we don't have that. So until we find ourselves a flint or anything of that nature, I don't think we're going to be able to get much done. Since nightfall is here, I'm going to suggest pretty firmly that we should try and find some shelter. I dislike being on the river because the river is dangerous, but there's no shelter here, and since there's no shelter here, the front line is everywhere and all that fun stuff. I used to like Rage Against the Machine. I was a big Rage fan for a little bit. Yeah, it's going to start raining real soon. We need to be up out of here, and we need to find shelter, although I think the church is probably going to do it for us. So let's run up in Jesus' house and see if maybe he's got a spare room for us. Oh, my inventory's full. It'd be kind of ironic and funny if he made us sleep in the stable. That'd be hilarious. I'm like, really, Jesus, you're going to make me sleep in the stable? I'm like, hey, that's how y'all did me. I'm just letting you know. My mama was up in there like, I need a room. And y'all were like, nah, not even for the Son of God. And I was like, well, damn. So when I come back, y'all sleep in the shed. Like, damn, Jesus, that's rough. I think I'm probably going to go after with the yucca plant. Let's put that on the raft. Oh, it's for fixing the raft. Okay, that's what it's for. I think that rather than stand out here in the rain, let's find a place to schlep for a minute. Can we sleep in here? Yeah, we can. There's a wolf, though, so we got to watch out for that. Sleep! Yeah, just sleep in the presence of the wolf. Don't even worry about it. Just do your thing, girl. Do your thing. Oh, the wolf is gone. That's not good. So let's find a safe spot. The thunderstorms don't tend to go away very quickly. Like, sometimes it can take you a while to wait out. Hey, don't do that. There we go. It can take you a while to wait out the thunderstorms, but I'm not so enamored with being near a wolf right now either while I'm inside of my inventory screen. So I'm going to kite him around and just sort of hope that it works out. I don't think he's, like, super onto me right now. Does that close my inventory too? Okay, so I need to move things around in my inventory. Move that to the raft. Move just about everything else to... That's going to be a medical supply, so that goes with Aesop. Got jerky. I'm going to try and grab some water real quick. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Kite. Kiting, kiting, kiting. Make you go away. Running back to my raft because I don't want to get bit in the face. Ow. Sleepy time for another 2 hours. Go away, wolf. Oh, shit. That's not good. Okay, so the wolf is not... We have lacerations, though. And I don't know if there's any way to... Wow, we look wrecked. We are not looking good right now. Let's never mess with wolves again. That was the worst plan I have ever had. I want this liquor, though. And I want this chest. And if he goes away, we can actually purify that to get rid of lacerations. If we... Oh, he's sleeping. So the wolves are out at night and they sleep during the day. Okay, well, let's make the best use of this that we can then. And then what I need to do is I need to go to the crafting menu, like right this second. And we need to make a bandage. I don't really have a whole lot of stuff to make with this. But what I can do is if I create that, we can staunch the flow of blood. So let's use that because I think we do have that status effect right now. 2 of them, in fact. And so we cured one of our lacerations. We've got another laceration, though. And I'm not super well prepared to deal with it. Let's look around a little bit further. We may be able to track down another rag for ourselves because we didn't search the entire map. I think it's a good idea, though, and it's really the only idea that I've got. I wasn't expecting the wolf. He was already stuck over there, so I thought he was going to stay stuck. He did not stay stuck. I learned that the hard way. I'm probably going to break off the episode right here. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me at the Nerd Castle for the next episode, or the first episode of The Flame in the Flood. I will see you all later. Hopefully we can stop bleeding profusely and fix ourselves up in the future. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but hopefully we'll be able to make it happen. I will see you all later. Hi, do everybody. Next episode is coming. Probably not going to end well for us. Prepare yourselves. Steel yourselves for an episode where bad things happen because I'm thinking it might go in that direction. I'll see y'all there.